Shalom. I'd like to start off by giving all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bashem, Yahushua, Bashem Kakadash. This is Matazah coming at you with another lesson. Double honors to the apostles and elders of GMS who are pushing this word with 100% accuracy and truth. Um, Greetings and salutations to the hopeful elect out there who are being sincere at this time and wait for the Lord Yahushua to return to redeem them. To you all, I like to say Shalom. Now, this lesson will be on the speech that Trump gave to the generals. Yeah, it's about to go down very soon, and those generals know what's going on because they were extremely quiet. I'm pretty sure they was just they were disappointed, and they know they got to get involved. They know that a lot of them gonna die, and they know what Trump is about to do when he's after, and they know they gonna listen, and um, it's almost about that time. Like we drawing near to the point of Jacob's trouble, and the coming in and the ushering of Yahweh Shai. Um, we in some interesting times, and you know it's about time. Like this man been in rulership for way too long, and he's caused so much death and destruction. It's wild, and he needs to be removed, and he will be removed. Now, in this video, they were jaw jacking a lot. We're not gonna do the whole thing. If you haven't seen it yet, you can go and watch it. But basically, he just said he's gonna. He didn't say it directly, but Trump said he about to go out to civilians, and he might say gangs or whatever, but he really meant any and everybody that's going against the government, saying anything against the government. Um, Anybody unruly, anybody they feel like it's a problem, they say they gonna go after them basically. So without further ado, let me just start up on it.
Horrible, they made up statements and said what I said about everything, but even about the military. But fortunately, the military didn't believe it. It's hard. They make up a statement and they said, you say it. We had 25 people that said he never said that. 25. We had 25 affidavits. And they said, well, we're going with it anyway. These sleazebags. And that's why the press is really losing all power, because people aren't believing it. We need an honest press. We need borders. We need borders. We need an honest press. We need fair elections. I mean, those three things. And we
Oh, and before I continue, I must do this. Fair use, fair use. This is for educational purposes. This is not for money. This is not for monetary purposes. This is for educational purposes only. I'm not trying to use this clip for any money, nor any fame, nor any glory for this kingdom or this platform. Thank you.
don't have an honest press. We have a really corrupt press, but we fight through the corrupt press. And the people understand you have to do this stuff a lot. You have to go on television a lot because you can't get a fair shake if you're going to rely on somebody else. They don't understand. They've destroyed the image of media now is at the lowest point it's ever been. It's lower than Congress. Can you believe that? It's something. But together with many of you in the room, we've brought back the fundamental principle that defending the homeland is the military's first and most important priority. That's what it is. Only in recent decades did politicians somehow come to believe that our job is to police the far reaches of Kenya and Somalia while America is under invasion from within. We're under invasion from within.
There you go.
No different than a foreign enemy, but more difficult in many ways because they don't wear uniforms. At least when they're wearing a uniform, you can take them out. These people don't have uniforms. But we are under invasion from within. We're stopping it very quickly. After spending trillions of dollars defending the borders of foreign countries, with your help, we're defending the borders of our country from now on. We're not going to let this happen. Biden let people come in from prisons, mental institutions, drug dealers, murderers. You know, we had 11,488 murderers allowed into our country by this guy who had no clue. He had no clue.
Will you help us name a national day after Charlie Kirk to honor his incredible legacy? We're running an urgent poll.
Clue. He had no clue. He shouldn't have been there in the first place, but he had no clue. The people that ran the office, the White House, were people that surrounded him, radical left lunatics that are brilliant people, but dumb as hell when it came to policy and common sense. And they allowed people from all over the world, from the Congo. They opened up prisons in the Congo. They came into our country totally unmatched, unvetted, unchecked. And from all over South America, not just South America. You know, you think South America, no, but from all over. A lot came in from Venezuela. Venezuela emptied its prison population into our country. That's why they have Tren de Aragua, one of the worst gangs ever. But we took care of them. We took good, strong care of them. And I just want to thank the National Guard in Washington, D.C. It's embarrassing to say this. Now I can say it because we solved it. But Washington, D.C. was the most unsafe, most dangerous city in the United States of America. And to a large extent, beyond. And beyond that. You go to Afghanistan, they didn't have anything like that. You go to countries that you would think there's problems, they didn't have that. And now Washington, D.C., after 12 days of serious intensity, we took out 1,700 career criminals.
And I'm gonna keep going all the way probably to like maybe 60 minutes, like the hour minute. I'm gonna go in a little bit because he's going to start rambling again after I get the information I want out of it. But yeah,
if you have 5 career criminals, they can make your numbers look very bad because they'll commit many crimes a day. But we took out 1,700 and they took them out. There was no doubt who the boss was. They did an unbelievable job. Then they started even cleaning. I said, I don't want them doing that, sir. They were cleaning it up. I drove through it 2 days ago. It was beautiful. People are walking down the street holding hands, man and wife, coming from Iowa. They're not worried about being shot. Washington, D.C. is now a safe city. In fact, I went out to dinner with my crew. I haven't done that. In theory, I wouldn't do it. And I felt totally safe. And nobody's been attacked. Nobody's been hurt. Washington, D.C. went from our most unsafe city to just about our safest city in a period of a month. We had it under control in 12 days, but give us another 15, 16 days. It's perfect. And people other than politicians that look bad, they think, the Democrats run most of the cities that are in bad shape. We have many cities in great shape too, by the way. I want you to know that. But it seems that the ones that are run by the radical left Democrats, what they've done to San Francisco, Chicago, New York, Los Angeles, they're very unsafe places. And we're going to straighten them out one by one. And this is going to be a major part for some of the people in this room. That's a war too. It's a war from within. Controlling the physical territory of our border is essential to national security. We can't let these people in. We had no people enter in the last 4 months. 0. Even I can't believe that. We had millions coming in, pouring in. 25 million all told, and of those 25 million, many of them should never be in our country. They would take their worst people and their people from prisons and jail, and they'd put them in a caravan, and they'd walk up. CNN was interviewing one person. Oh, why are you coming? I want freedom. Good. Were you in jail? Yes. For what? Murder. He said, "You're in for." You had to see this anchor, a young woman. She's like, I couldn't believe. She'll probably lose her job, but because the left doesn't want to hear that. But we're running it based on common sense and based on love of our country. But I want to salute every service member who has helped us carry out this critical mission. It's really a very important mission. And I told Pete, we should use some of these dangerous cities as training grounds for our military, National Guard, but military.
Use some of these cities for training ground. This stuff is not gonna go away. It's gonna get worse and worse. Like they're gonna amp it up. Like they're gonna literally amp it up.
Because we're going
Very soon you're gonna start seeing checkpoints and all types of stuff.
into Chicago very soon. That's a big city with an incompetent governor, stupid governor, stupid. They threw him out of his family business. He was so stupid. I know the family. He becomes governor. He's got money. Not money that he made.
I'm gonna skip it up a little bit.
General Kane says, "Sir, there are no boats out there. Not even fishing boats. They don't want to go fishing." I don't blame them. There'll be no fishing today. But it's amazing what strength will do, because all we want to do is stop drugs from flowing into our country. It's destroying. We lost.
See, the thing is, the drugs flowing to the countries was their doing. It was the U.S. government doing. It was Esau's doing. They brought drugs to our communities. They brought guns to our community. They did all these things so they can point the finger at us and say we did all these things and say we are the problem. They did this. They set all this up just to frame all the Israelites and you know, they did it to frame us so they can push their agenda. That's the thing.
300,000 people died last year. Everybody knows friends, many friends probably, that you lost a child, or adults too, but you lost a son or daughter because of what's coming into our border. And we're making it very hard. Oh, and we haven't even started yet. Last month I signed an executive order to provide training for quick reaction force that can help quell civil disturbances. And this is going to be a big thing.
This is the part I'm talking about. What he's talking about right now. What he's talking about is people that's out of line against the governments and their movement. It's against people, basically freedom of speech. Anything that's opposing the government, exposing the government. That includes civil rights activists, Hebrew Israelite groups, etc., etc. Do I have to go any further?
For the people in this room, because it's the enemy from within, and we have to handle it before it gets out of control. It won't get out of control. Once you get involved at all, they all joke. They say, "Oh, this is not good." You saw it in Washington. We had gangs of Trendy Arug with 10, 12, 15 kids.
And then he tried to mix in gangs with it, when in reality he wants to go after the civilians that see what's going on and trying to speak against it. Like these Esau is a cunning, clever creature. He's a silver-tongued bastard. He's going to get what's coming to him.
And these military guys walk up to him, and they treat them with disrespect, and they just got pounded. They just got pounded. The gang just pounded. Then thrown into paddy wagons and taken back to their country. Some are so dangerous we don't want to even do that, because we don't want to. Some of stone cold murderers, we don't have the confidence. Even though they're not coming back very easily, we don't have the confidence. We put them in jails. But these service members are following in a great and storied military tradition, from protecting frontier communities to chasing outlaws and bandits in the Wild West. And our history is filled with military heroes who took on all enemies, foreign and domestic. You know that phrase? Very well. That's what the oath says, foreign and domestic. Well, we also have domestic. George Washington, Abraham Lincoln, Grover Cleveland, George Bush.
Now,
Whether you're racing in Formula One, IndyCar, or NASCAR, the best race teams have the best engineers.
Washington, Abraham Lincoln, Grover Cleveland, George Bush, and others all use the armed forces to keep domestic order and peace. Many of our leaders used the military to keep peace. Now they like to say, oh, you're not allowed to use the military. And you know what the people say? The people in the
see, that's the blatant, obvious lie right there. He said George W. Bush used the military to bring peace. He used the military to bring peace. Where in the living lights did he even do that? Dude literally caused freaking low-key corruption and he the dude was involved with 9/11, like literally. Where's the peace in that? That's an inside job. Like literally, like even the people that they blamed it on told just spoke out about it. Like, no, that wasn't our doing. That was your own people doing. That was the Americans doing. That's an inside job. And then there was video evidence everywhere. Bombs placed at the base level of the buildings, the planes. It's just so much information. If it's still out there, it's out there. But during around that time, so much information was coming out showing that it was an inside job. It's ridiculous. And that was around the time Bush was president. Bro, this is all, they all in cahoots. They know what they doing. They pulling out lies. They pulling lies out their ass left and right. They can't hide anything anymore. And their own tongues is falling on them. Their own tongues is falling on them. They can't hide anything anymore. All they can do is pull out their horns and show that they are the devil that the Bible speaks of. That's all they can do now. It's too late. There's no reverting. There's no changing. We all know that. We all know what's going on. The jigs is up.
those cities where they're being raped and shot and beat up, you know, they say, we love the military. You ever see where they interview the people on the street? I've never seen somebody say they don't, unless they're radical and paid off, because a lot of these insurrectionists are paid by, whether it's Soros or other people, but they're paid by the radical left.
Hold on. Let me go back to 29. I think I heard some information back there, but not sure.
They were getting into our best colleges. I said, this is just crazy. You can't run a country like this. And it was lingering for years, and it got to
Let me see. About right.
the Supreme Court, and we won that decision. Merit.
Sorry about that.
The apparatus of our country was not set up for merit. It was set up for political.
Anyhow, he goes on and he start talking about making some type of peace thing with the other nations. We all know how that's going to go. It's going to backfire one way or another. Then I saw a video. It's
What you're about to see may be difficult to watch. It's a real accident caught on tape. It's useful.
They sell merchandise or whatever. But I just wanted to show this little small clip at the beginning.
Obedience is not enough. Unless the population is suffering, how can you be sure that it is obeying your will and not its own? Power is in inflicting pain and humiliation. Power is in tearing human minds to pieces and putting them together again in new shapes of your own choosing. Do you begin to see then what kind of world we are creating? It is the exact opposite of the stupid, hedonistic utopias that the old reformers imagined. A world of fear and treachery and torment. A world of trampling and being trampled upon. A world which will grow not less, but more merciless as it refines itself. Progress in our world will be progress towards more pain. The old civilizations claimed they were founded on love or justice. Ours is founded upon hatred. In our world, there will be no emotions except fear, rage, triumph, and and self-abasement. Everything else we shall destroy. Everything. We have cut the links between parent and child, between man and man, and between man and woman. There will be no loyalty except loyalty towards the party. There will be no love except for the love of Big Brother. There will be no laughter except the laugh of triumph over a defeated enemy. There will be no art, no literature, no science. When we are omnipotent, we shall have no more need of science. There will be no distinction between beauty and ugliness. There will be no curiosity, no enjoyment of the process of life. All competing pleasures will be destroyed, but always, do not forget this, always there will be the intoxication of power, constantly increasing and constantly growing subtler. Always, at every moment, there will be the thrill of victory, the sensation of trampling upon an enemy who is helpless.
And this is a common reality. Like what I'm just showing on the screen. Um, the troops are gonna come in. They're gonna frame and kill the person. They're gonna be taking little supplies here and there. And if it's women around, they're gonna be taking those women. They literally just gonna be savages. They gonna not give a fuck. They gonna just be thieves at the same time, trying to do their little job. Like, bro, like, and excuse me, the little voice in the back, like, their little background voice. I didn't show this because of that. I just want to show this little clip with these little troops and this man who got framed in the end.
See a picture of the future. Imagine a boot stamping on a human face. Forever.
And yeah, that's all I really wanted to show out of that clip. But these guys, they do stuff. They do little videos and they sell stuff. You guys can check them out if you want. But let's get to the point. And I'm gonna close out. So yeah, Esau, Edom, they are the devil that the Bible speaks of. These people, they don't really care. And Trump, who will select few that thinks he's Nero reborn, return, and yeah, he ushering in. We believe that he's ushering in the Jacob's trouble. He's gonna be the one, and he's really showing his horns. He's showing the horns of Esau. He's showing that this nation is at its very last legs. It's on its very last toes. It's on the bone of the heel. It's it's about to go down. Like, it's America's in pain. This horror is she's about to burn. And yeah. So Micah 2 and verse 1. Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they precise it, because it is in the power of their hand, and they covet fields and take them by force. Take them by violence in houses and take them away. So they oppress man in his house, and even a man in his heritage. They gonna come in. They gonna do all types of stuff. I mean, you could see it on today, like, with ice. It's light with ice right now, but it's gonna get so bad. Like, you're gonna actually start seeing people get killed right in front of you. You're gonna start seeing people getting gunned down right in front of you. They this is just wild. Like, I mean, I'm like, okay, sure, we almost out of here. That's my mindset. That's a lot of people's mindset. But yeah, they gon' they gonna take everything by force now. It's gonna be they gonna use violence. No more talking. They just gonna use violence to take what they want from you, to take your life. There's no more talking. Talking is going out the window. These people are about to show their horns. And I'm gonna go to I'm gonna get a quick I'm gonna go to five. No, go to four. Second Ezra is 15 and verse 4. For all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness. Behold, saith Yahweh, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction. And then I'm gonna skip down to 14. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, with swords in their hands. For there shall be a sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able, for because of their pride the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and man shall be afraid. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword, and the spoils and spoil their goods because of lack of bread and for great tribulation. Alright. When this stuff jump down, it's gonna be all out chaos. And their neighbors gonna be going against their neighbors. Man are gonna be going against man. Nobody's gonna regard the police or the government. They're just gonna be doing their own thing. They're gonna be taking what they can take, killing who they can kill, just giving it to pure raw desire and want, like. And during this time, the police gonna set up checkpoints. They gonna make you have your ID, which is gonna pretty soon be going from digital ID to the MOTB. If you know what that mean, quote quote, the monkey chip. You know, that that plague print, that death tattoo, shall call it. Yeah, they send that out. They're gonna set up checkpoints to mark people. It's gonna be a lot going on, and only the hopeful elect is gonna strive through it. They're gonna make it through it. But at the end of the day, it's gonna be all out chaos, and it's gonna be very little and lack of trust through these cities, throughout America, because everybody's gonna be out for himself. You know, might have a select few that you know gonna try, but at the end of the day, it's gonna be you eat or you don't eat, and you don't want to eat what some of these people are gonna be eating. They're gonna be eating each other at one point. It's gonna get very bad out here. Um, yeah, I'm gonna get one last script to close it out. Cause when it's very soon, we're not gonna be able to use these platforms to talk to you people and give out the word. It's gonna be a great famine. We can't talk no more. It's gonna be all action. It's gonna be straight up action. Go to Amos 8. And 11, behold, the days come, saith Yahweh, our power, that I will send a famine in the land, not a famine of bread, nor a thirst for water, but having the words of Yahweh, but of the hearing of the words of Yahweh, and they shall wander from sea to sea, and from the north even to the east. They shall run to and fro to seek the word of Yahweh and shall not find it. We're gonna be off the streets. We're not gonna be on the highways and byways no more. We're not gonna be posting videos. We're not gonna be doing these lessons online anymore. It's gonna be complete void of this information, these lessons that's being put out there. So get them while you can, because it's going to be coming very soon that they're going to shut it up, and these books are going to be closed to you people that are not listening. And the Lord is going to be silent. He's going to be silent. He's going to just react. He's just going to put in action. He's going to put in work. It ain't going to be no more talking. It's going to be pure work. He's going to come in and he's going to reap the rewards. Call Halayim La Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah Bashem Krakadash. This is Matazah, and I came with you another lesson. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect out there who are pushing this word with truth and sincerity. To you all, I like to say Shalom.